Hello, 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 and welcome everyone, or I should say, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. So last time we took 3 parts to do the crash for Lae'zel's quest, and we didn't do it all. Honestly, I am okay with that. So now what we're doing is we are starting Act 2. Act 2 is probably either one of the best or a personal favorite act of mine. However,
Can't afford to stay idle.
actually, except for Shadowheart, everyone has to have
I could go for a good meal.
a torch equipped. You're about to progress your adventure. Make sure to tie up loose ends before adventuring. So, couple things about Act 2 that make it a... Oh. We get to rest first. Alright. A couple things to go over real quick. Number one. Oh, I did not sell any of these. Act 2. Let me just... is by far the most resource restrictive act in the game.
Tilla Vlaakith, has our queen sent a knight to slay me with his own blade?
Such informality, child. Does Justil Kithrak not command your respect?
Your blade speaks for you, Kithrak. You've come for blood.
Child of Gith, I've not come to kill you. I've come to aid you.
Don't trust him.
Skakek Kier Gith Shabeleth. My blade rests. Mother Gith compels you to listen.
Speak. My ear is yours.
I know you carry the astral prism, Lae'zel. Within it lies the seed of Vlaakith's demise, and I intend to help you bring it to fruition.
Vlaakith's demise. Skaketh. I should run you through for suggesting it.
Do you know who's inside the prism? But are you talking about the prism?
If they have not said, they must have good reason, and I won't be the one to betray them. But the one inside's chosen you as an ally, protects you with their power. That very power will be the end of Vlaakith's tyranny. The prism's tenant must be let loose. I've sought their freedom for eons. When the prism went missing, I feared the worst. Instead, you've granted the opportunity I've so long awaited. All that remains is the key that unchains them. And I've found someone who I believe can provide it. Bring the prism to Bauldurs Gate. I'll be waiting in a taproom called Shares's Caress. That is where we decide the fate of my people. Lae'zel, together we will break our chains and be Vlaakith's slaves no longer.
I am no slave, Justil Kithrak. The Undying Queen is my freedom. It is she who will purify me, and she who will ascend me.
Lies, Lae'zel, every last one. There is no purification, no ascension. The Zaith Isk does not purify, it extracts memory and kills the infected. Nor does the Lich Queen glorify the ascended. She feeds on most all of them to grow her power and pursue godhood.
Madness! You flood me with this heresy.
Sorry about that.
I will hear no more of it.
Phone was plugged in. He speaks the truth about the Zaithisk. You need to trust what he says.
I served Vlaakith the whole of my life. Learned her words, fought her battles. Yet she names me her Karlach. Your words carry truth. I will meet you in Bauldurs Gate. Do not make me regret it.
Lae'zel, I see Talak Magir in you, sister in freedom. Together we will be our people's light. Take this. It is a Quanith, a psionic detector. The Queen's warriors hunt you. The Quanith will sound you out when you come near their portals. Hear its cry and prepare for battle, or slip away. I should go. Vlaakith's gaze pierces the seas and skies. She believes me loyal, and I can't afford her mistrust. Keep the astral prism close. Let no one take it from you. Slay any who try. Now to Bauldurs
Understood.
Gate. I'll be waiting, Lae'zel.
And now we rest. No, wait. Lae'zel wants to talk to us, I think. That's his camp, so he's probably in bed. So none of you guys want to talk. Yep, Lae'zel wants to talk. Alrighty. Let's go see what she's got to say.
Vlaakith Kosivim Krashet. Only in Vlaakith may we find light. These were the first words I ever read on Tirsu slate. But they are no mere aphorism. They are law. They are creed. The root from which the 10,000 protocols stem. Forsake one protocol, and forsake Vlaakith. Forsake Vlaakith, and be the blood and meat which sates her dragons. If Voss speaks true, if ascension is a lie, if tadpole purification is a fairy tale, then I have not sinned against Vlaakith. She has sinned against me.
And if Voss is wrong, if his claims are wrong, and Vlaakith's are real,
Then, when the Kithraki come for me, and come they will submit to their blades. They would feed me to their dragons, and I would deserve no better.
Voss called Vlak.
Yes. I'd like time to think. We'll meet Kithrak Voss at Chares's Caress in Bauldurs Gate. Until then, be vigilant. Vlaakith's eyes are upon us.
Alright. Good night, Lae'zel.
Oh, cursed to put my hands on everything.
It's just your mat. Alrighty. So, just hey, bud.
The dog is unable to speak through the small bag he holds in his mouth.
What you got, bud?
I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. All I know is I thought of you when I saw it.
Thanks, bud. But you can't get into Gale's stuff again. Hold on. And he keeps it. Alrighty. So now what we have to do is we gotta start Act 2. Act 2 is, I should say, can be longer than Act 1. I'm trying to find ways to word this properly. However, Act 1, you can kind of, if you played early access, you know 2/3 of Act 1.
Can you feel that? The dark, it's hungry. Best watch the shadows.
Are you the true soul?
We are all everything and yet nothing at the same time.
I'll take that as a yes. Listen up. Grab a torch, stay out of the dark, and move fast. The shadows have eyes. Go on.
Alrighty, again, just to reiterate.
What a day.
Everyone has got to equip a torch, except for Shadowheart, because her weapon is a torch.
Never a dull moment.
There's something I want to talk to you about.
What's up?
Something important. I could have died in that pod, back on the Nautiloid. You could have died, spending precious moments trying to free me, but you did it anyway. I owe you my life. Twice over, in fact. You supported me against Lae'zel. I may not have survived that night without you. I'm trying to say that you've earned my trust in a way very few ever have. I want that to mean something. I want you to know more about me, at least from what I can remember. As long as I've prayed to Lady Shah, I've wished to serve her as a dark justiciar. There is scarcely a greater way to fully dedicate yourself to Lady Shah, save perhaps if you become the head of her church. To become a dark justiciar is to become the Night Singer's sword arm, her implement with which she will cast down the unbelievers and win the final battle to restore her perfect, endless darkness. It's all I ever wanted. I prayed it was my calling. But Mother forbid me from seeking to prove myself worthy of the rank. She said I was not ready. Not my mother, I should add.
Okay, so I was
The
gonna
Mother
say.
Superior, head of Lady Shah's enclave in Bauldurs Gate. Sometimes I wonder if she would ever deem me ready. I owe her everything, and I only wish to serve, yet she can prove inscrutable.
Man. Just called Shadowheart Man. I'm sorry. I honestly don't understand why we so secretive about such ambitions.
Dark justiciars are hated by many, judged to be ruthless fanatics. Even the few who would accept a follower of Lady Shah would likely balk at a justiciar in their midst. But there's a simpler answer to your question. I simply forgot about the desire I had until I saw some things that reminded me. Now, I can't get it out of my mind.
Do you think she'll ever relent and make you adjust a car?
I don't know. Perhaps if I succeed in my mission and reach Baldur's Gate. Hope has little place amongst Lady Shah's children. It's an illusion, a distraction. For this, I hope my time will yet come.
Alrighty, well, thank you for sharing. We gotta get a move on, because I'm feeling a little tingle in the back of my neck at some of the squawking, so let's go. Now, mind you, this is legitimately temporary.
Time to press ahead.
The lack of weapons. I was gonna equip an.
I can feel the shadow's power here. They don't seem to be harming me.
These boots have seen everything.
Shadow cursed undead.
Because before it died.
Those undead have reduced hit points and strength and are resistant to necrotic damage and cannot use spells or weapon attacks.
More for me. Something good here, I hope. Gored to death by the look of it.
I'll guess. A tiefling's journal charting the journey from El to the Emerald Enclave and now the road to Baldur's Gate. The ox just up and died. It started choking out of nowhere, and then keeled over. We tried to pull the cart, but the ox knocked the wheel off when it went down, and the thing's in splitness. The others wanted to grab what we can and keep going, but this place feels wrong. My skin is crawling, like something is watching us from the darkness. No one else is talking much, but I can tell they feel the very same. So this cart is recent.
Watch your back.
Hey, Asterion, can you lockpick that? DC 10, no sweat. Alrighty.
No, never mind.
Oh, also, just in case I forget, I did change the build back to full monk for now. After level 8, we'll decide. I might end up going
Anything of use?
rogue or fighter. I don't fully know yet. An old map in a druidic circle, in a druidic style, of what appears to be hidden routes out of the Emerald Enclave. The destination is marked at Bauldurs Gate, and a note is attached. Take only what you can carry. Get through the pass. If anyone falls, leave them. You can afford to be slowed down by excess baggage. Good luck.
A pile of belongings, forsaken to the curse, so that their owners could escape with their lives.
Yeah, as you saw there, a lot of the food that's what I wanted to do. A lot of the food we are going to find is just bad food. It's considered rotten. Well, yeah, let's talk to these guys. They didn't outright attack us, so I mean, they gotta be good. Oh, they're goblins.
Hey, boy. You want the bone? Fetch! You see that blighter go? Swallowed whole by the shadow curse. Bet he was pure tasty. You're the true soul we're taking to Moonrise, I'm guessing.
That's me.
Right you are. Go through and talk to Kansif. He's been waiting.
one last thing before I do. Go and get that bone you threw.
Wait, you're joking, yeah? But we're ready to go. You just need to tell Cansip inside.
Go. Fetch.
So you want me to... I mean, I'll just go and, No! No!
By the way, you will actually, I think, get a inspiration from being a
Always room for more?
ball spawn. Or not ball spawn. If you are doing the Dark Urge, spoiler, sorry. You're doing the Dark Urge, I think you will get a inspiration point there. What is my background? Again, it has been a while since I have played this character. I am an Outlander. Okay, so anything... Basically, anything that affects Karlach also affects me. Good to know. Anyway, we're going to avoid doing a lot of looting and stuff through the town for now, because you can be ambushed here. So that's kind of why I'm clicking ahead a lot. And I'm trying to get here as quick as possible.
Looks like there was a struggle here.
They had torches. Why did they all die? Damon isn't part of the bodies. We will find the others. Da-dum-dum.
What to do? Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Sorry about that mute.
This place is protected. You might find allies here, or at least supplies.
Who's here? Something must be keeping it at bay.
Okay, I'm gonna re-equip people with items. And mind you, that is the only thing you need the
If not over.
torches for, by the way.
You there! Step forward and keep your hands off your weapons.
Alright,
Who
hands
are
up.
you?
I'm Finn. I am a monk, and I'm here on a pilgrimage. I come in peace.
You picked a strange place to meditate, monk. Just keep your hands where I can see them and follow me. Come. Jahira!
You guys can't see, but my hands are actively up. I don't need to do that bit anymore. If this is supposed to scare me, it won't work, ma'am. Monks are not so easily cowed.
Huh. A level head. Let us see if you will get to keep it.
Oh, I'd prefer to. Give me a chance here.
You're about to. This is why we're here, you see.
'Tis a curious creature that hides all manner of secrets. But if there's one thing that we know, it's that it knows its own kind. You should never have come here, true soul.
I'm not a true soul.
Stop! What are you doing? He's the one who saved us.
Thank fuck it's Mole.
Protected the Emerald Grove.
Yup. Didn't leave a goblin standing. Not so bad to hang around with either. Saved one of my friends from a druid with a snake. Knows when to be discreet too. I pretty much trust him with my life.
A true soul with a mind of his own? How is that possible?
Thanks. That was a little painful. For now, you'll just have to take my word for it.
You sound so confident for someone who's so wrong.
Hey! I know it's hard to trust anyone right now, but believe me, I'm not a cultist. I have to roll a natural 20. And I rolled a... I got an 8. Oh boy. Oh...
Not good enough.
Fine. This is how.
What in the hells is that thing?
Honestly, your guess is as good as mine.
Strangest magic I've seen since roaming the ruins of Mythdraenor. But I can't argue with the results. Congratulations. You've earned yourself the benefit of the doubt. Hear me, Harpers. All clear. At ease. I'll not pretend to understand what that artifact is. But I'm old and wise enough to recognize a sliver of hope when it crawls out of the dark. Tell me, why have you come here?
To destroy the Absolute. Gotta do it in Moonrise.
Then you found an ally in me. For that is precisely why I am here. There's food in the inn over there. Beds too if you require rest. Aloe oil in the cupboard, in case the vines gave you a rash. Settle in.
No, I think I'm good.
Join me for a drink. You may just be the godsend we've been praying for.
Damon might be knocking around here, right?
It's for a good cause.
Oh my god, soldier. That's Jaheira. The Jaheira.
She lives in the city, right?
Don't you know the whole story?
Not really.
Years ago, over a century, Jaheira was part of a group that saved Bauldurs Gate from Saravok, a Baal sport trying to plunge the city into war. My mum used to tell us stories about them. The legends who protected the city from evil. She said Jaheira was a powerful druid. Adamant. Tough. I've told myself those stories 1,000 times since. I never thought I'd meet Jaheira. She's a hero, and I was always some outer city kid. Can't believe she wants to talk to us about working together. What a day!
Let's do this. But first, let's see what Tally has. Tally actually has a really good item.
While you can. I only hope I've brought enough to see us through.
I really wish Tally looked a little older. Because she sounds old, but she isn't. So Tally has an item or two I want. First off, the Hat of the Uninhibited Kushiago. Lay bare to their weakness. After dealing damage with an unarmed attack, the wearer gains +1 to their spell save DC until the end of their next turn. She also has the Obsidian Laced Robe. On a successful saving throw against a foe spell, deal 4 to 7 fire damage. Don't actually want that, I think. And she has the Mighty Cloth, which is just the graceful cloth, but for bull strength. She also has the Yuan-Ti Scale Mail, which does not have the Dex max +2, or the disadvantage on strength checks. So this is actually really good for like Asterion, if you're using Asterion, or if you're playing Shadowheart as like a stealthier character. This is some pretty good armor for her. And another reason why I say this is good on Asterion, you take 2 levels of Fighter, for example, or Ranger, or you can also do this with Paladin. Bard you would need 3 levels of, and you would need, I think, 2 levels. 2 to 3 levels. Sorry. Of Warlock, but they would all be able to wear this. And then Shade Clinger Armor. You Obscured have advantage on saving throws with a +1 to stealth. Barkskin Armor. You always have an armor class of 16 while wearing this. I, without it on, have an armor class of 18, so this is nothing for me. She also has the Gloves of Balanced Hands, which gives us the 2-weapon fighting style. Cinder Snap Gloves, which gives us protection from missiles. The Amulet of Harpers. The incandescent fire staff, which gives us base level fireball and fire bolts with topple. I like catastrophe better, but that's just me. She also has a cloak of protection, which I will pick up. Because I personally always have trouble finding brain cloaks. And then she also has the Shield of Devotion, which gives us a first level spell slot and the Shield Bash ability, as well as a 3rd level aid that is specifically for yourself. It is not for anyone else. So until we get Karlach a Greatsword, this would actually be really good for her. But I think I just pick up that. I think I just pick up all. I don't have enough money. I think I just go with that for now.
Take care.
Until we go to camp. Yeah, what do you guys have to say about the Shadow Curse?
Well, friend.
Oh, he gave me back the ball for giving him scritches.
You smell very delicious, but I will not bite you. Nice here. Ooh, more.
Alrighty. So we're gonna go here. That's actually a great sword. So that shield will also be real good on Shadowheart for a while. Because we can pick up a shield. Let me also grab these. That will give her as my brain tries to catch up. Sorry, I'm tired. I have been up for a while the past couple days working on something. Who has the finest stock? Oh, and if you do that persuasion option, by the way, she will straight up give you a supply kit. So I don't need that or these because I didn't pick up. There's a specific item you need. There's like 2 or 3 items you need for the heat build. And it's a fun build. I don't like it. Because it maxes out with a +2 weapon that's like, hey, whenever you have heat, deal additional damage. I'm like, cool. We're also going to sell the heavy helmet, the Grim Skull helm. If I was playing a heavy armor ranger, that would be super useful. Save a spell slot, honestly, but because I am not. Shit, I'm just gonna grab that. I just didn't have the money. Which is better? Honestly, I think the greatsword is.
No traps, please.
I will actually. I'm gonna do some more selling, and all of this, and I will be right back. This is basically what I'm gonna be doing for a little bit. I also need to check to see because in my personal playthroughs, I have to change settings, so I need to see if, or I need to change some settings real quick. So I'll be right back. Alright, I can confirm I fixed a thing I wanted to fix. So we are back. I've never done like a full run around to find people. Cause there's Mattis inside. I almost said Mateus. That is not how you spell Mateus. Hell yeah, we're gonna go say hi. Who do you think we are?
I thought you'd be in the city by now. We were ambushed by cultists. Half of us were captured, the other half ran here.
Off the anvil into the forge. We'll find them. Hopefully.
Before you run off into the belly of the beast, there's something I need to tell you. Well, 2 things. Good news and bad news.
Give us the good news.
I only need 1 more piece of infernal iron to craft an insulating chamber that can make it possible for Karlach to
touch people.
Exactly.
Oh my god. It's really happening. It's been so long. We've got the iron. Let's do this thing.
Hang on. I think you'll want to hear the bad news too.
Yeah, sure. But first, fix me. Please.
Go on. Let's make this happen.
Well, all right. This shouldn't take long.
Ping. 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 Ping.
Same as last time. You'll need to install it yourself. This should do the trick.
There. So did it work?
Only one way to find out.
We're gonna figure it out if it worked this way! It worked! And this video is demonetized!
You're all right. No burns. Can we go to bed now?
Hold on, Karlach. There's something I need to tell you.
Oh!
That
Oh!
engine of yours. It's contained for the moment, but it's just too hot to exist here in the material plane indefinitely. I know you know that, but the thing is, there's a cure. I wasn't making any headway with the mechanics, none at all. The environment here is just too cold to sustain metals like the ones inside you. You have to return to Avernus. For good. Or this thing is going to burn you up from the inside out. And sooner than you think.
The minute I set foot back in Avernus, Zarya will force me back into service. I'm not doing her bidding again. I'd rather die.
I get that, but don't rule it out. The world just might be better with you in it. Even in Avernus. I won't stop trying to figure out a cure, but at this point, I think we all have to face the inevitable.
Thank you, Damon, for everything.
Yeah. Apart from the doom and gloom, you've given me more than I could ever hope to repay.
It's been my pleasure. Good luck, both of you. Look after yourself, all right?
This is the best day. The best day.
I'm so happy for you, for honestly, for both of us, if I'm honest, but more you.
Me too. Whenever you want to turn in, I'd love to take this whole touch thing for a test drive. I know we have important things to do, but we deserve a little sweetness too.
I can't wait for tonight. I'm gonna hold you as close as possible, doing just hugging YouTube, just hugging.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Just hugging YouTube, just hugging. Trust me, it'll be fine. We're gonna be holding hands premaritally. Okay. So let's go ahead and equip the gear we just bought. We're going to give you the Shield of Devotion. We're going to equip the hat and see. I actually like the looks of that with the armor. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's do that real quick. Not the ball. Let's give all the food over to Karlach real quick. Sort the inventory. And then I'm going to go see what I can buy from Damon. I know at one point you can buy an upgraded version of the U1T armor.
You? What are the odds? So glad you're all right. Well, as all right as any of us. A makeshift Harper's Fire might not be where I hope to set up shop. But maybe I've got something you can use anyway. And if you find any interesting materials in need of working, I'm happy to help.
I'm gonna finish what I was saying really quick. What was I saying? I forgot. Anyway. Oh yeah, the armor. So there's the UNT armor. There's a different type of armor that's basically the same thing, but it's an extra AC. And then again, there's an upgraded version that's like half plate, I think. But there are only 3 items in the whole game that have that. And if you're playing a dex-based fighter, you need those items. Either a dex-based fighter, a ranger, they bump your AC up so much. Anyway, I want to see some of the things you have. So he has, other than the stuff you sold him, by the way, in Act 1, he does have some new things. So, for example, he has the Sword of Life Stealing. On a critical hit, the target takes an extra 10 necrotic damage as long as it isn't a construct or undead. You also gain 10 temporary HP. This does not get real useful until Act 2 or until Act 3. It's not all that useful in Act 2. It's real useful in Act 1. If you still have, like, the Goblin Camp, you want to go through the Goblin Camp. I just skipped it completely. Just to grab this. I think the Goblin Camp sticks around. I'm not sure. But there are a couple fights in Act 2. There's 2 major ones that I'm thinking of where this becomes useful. He also has the Swordmaster Gloves. You gain proficiency in short, long, and great swords. In addition, you get a +1 to melee attack rolls. If you are trying to play a like samurai monk in Baldur's Gate 3, which I think would be the use case for fighter, you wear you wear robes. You take some monk. Oh, I've never read that. Okay, hold on. There it is. I never read the flavor text for the Swordmaster Gloves. That's kind of cool. But Swordmaster Gloves, and then you gain a +1 to melee attack rolls with swords. So, again, real good for Sword Asterion, which is kind of what my Asterion's going to be. Or also, if you're playing a good run, Jaheira can also make some great use out of these because it gives her proficiency with short swords, and if she's your main kind of melee druid person, I would put those on her. He also has +2 armor. In the Darkfire short bow, when I have 1,200 gold, I will buy this from him. This grants resistance from fire and cold, and gives you the spell haste. Guess who this bow is really good on? Has Asterion. That's right. It's also good on anyone you don't have in melee because it's just free haste. You will get a better haste bow later on, and like I usually do it at the beginning of Act 3, but beginning and middle of Act 3, you will get an item that just gives you haste, but better. And then he also has the Harmonium Halberd, which is strength +2, but you lose 1 intelligence and 1 wisdom. I don't know if this is good for Karlach or not, or good for a barbarian in general, but Charge-bound hammer, Warhammer, I should say. This hammer's magic only functions if it's bound to an Eldritch Knight. Has a +1 damage to damage and attack rolls, and this weapon deals an additional 1d6 lightning damage. So if I bind this to my Lae'zel, it would be essentially a +2 weapon that deals 4, 5 to... Hold on. It would be dealing more damage than what it says. This is the Thermodynamo Axe. The whole heat build, this is the weapon you want for it. However, I don't like the heat build. The heat build is engulf. You take fire damage, but you can use the ability heat conversions, which just consume you heat to fuel a powerful attack. The next time you deal fire damage, you deal an additional 1 for every churn of heat remaining. So you just keep building and building and building heat. Let's say you have 10 heat. Dump it all into heat conversions, you're dealing an additional 10 fire damage. Really useful. And it would be really good if things like heat, momentum, all those things scaled better into late game. Because right now in the game, they just don't scale all that well. Also, the short sword of Clutching Umbra is Shadow Soaked Blow. Strike an enemy, adding your proficiency bonus to damage. Moreover, if this attack hits, it deals an additional 1d6 psychic damage. This attack doesn't break concealment. This is a really good early game rogue weapon, or we're at mid game. This is a really good mid game rogue weapon. Simply for this. However, I don't think you can use this and sneak attack at the same time. And he also has Thornblade. Thornblade is actually really, really nice. But yeah, let's sell all the Githyanki stuff real quick.
I'll be here if you need it.
I do need other things.
Need anything?
Yeah. You mentioned interesting materials. What do you mean?
I can sense some. Smell it almost. Somewhere in the area. Underground, maybe. Out there in the shadows. If you find it, bring it to me. I'll make something incredible.
I found this strange I found some hellish masks in Grimforge. Can you do anything with these?
Using something that's already fabricated is tough, but I can try. How many do you have?
I've got 3 of them. Here you go.
I thought I sniffed American scent somewhere. These must have been a pain to get a hold of. American masks are brittle, so what I make won't last as long as my usual pieces.
This has been a roleplay episode, apparently. I'm sorry for the shopping trip episode. But there's got to be one.
Be careful who sees you using that. Might draw the wrong sort of eyes.
And I will also, really quick, be right back. I have to go take care of some pups. So I'll be right back. I have returned. Alrighty. So, I think there hasn't been enough combat in this episode. Let me actually, really quick. There is one thing I want him to make. I found this metal in a place called Grimforge. What do you make of it?
Absolutely. Rare to get your hands on this stuff. Well done keeping it to hand.
Bonk, 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 bonk. Oh, I had an extra bonk. I'm sorry.
There you are. And be careful who you show that to. It might draw the wrong kind of attention.
Thank you. And I got the Flawed Helldusk armor. What is this too? It is full plate armor. Which means Karlach can't wear it. Because it's full plate and it's heavy. It has the Lesser Infernal Retribution. When you are hit by a foe in melee, it takes 24 fire damage, and you take 1 less piercing damage. Okay, good. I did not sell those. I'm going to sell that, by the way, because the only companion that can use it, I don't have in my party at the moment.
Need anything?
I think I found a material you can work with. What can you make of it?
It's perfect. Really. Just a moment. I'll be able to work this one quickly.
All right. And there's the helmet.
Need
It
anything?
should be.
Oh, well.
Alrighty, and we got the gloves. So what does the helmet do? The wearer has +2 bonus to saving throws against spells, and the gloves, your weapon attacks deal an additional 1d4 fire damage, and your unarmed attacks deal 1d4 necrotic damage, and can possibly inflict bleeding. So does that mean my unarmed? Okay. Okay. Which do I want more? Do I want fire and fire, or fire and radiant, or fire and fire? I kinda want to keep it as well. That increases my quarterstaff damage to 9 to 22, which I don't necessarily need. The quarterstaff is just there as a placeholder. So these are being sold as well. Sorry, Damon. I don't need the Helldusk set. Ew, it's a school bus in the background. I'm sorry.
Yeah. There's more where that came from.
If you're all right by Jaheira, you're all right by me.
It's a little. I made myself an energy drink and it was just a little chalky at the end. We're gonna barely be able to afford that. Take care now. And that is Karlach's new armor. With that instead of those. So what does this do? Well, Karlach's melee attacks now deal 8 to 18. Okay. But just wait. If I get a... Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, I just sold them. If you want damage over AC, this just goes up to 20, right? Yeah. If you want damage over AC, you keep the flawed Helldusk gloves, you put them on Karlach, and she's going to be dealing 2d6 plus 1d4 damage. Anyway, let's sell the adamantine armor.
Need anything?
And see what I can get. So selling Karlach's old stuff gives me 716. Damon does not have 716. I could grab these for Karlach. Excuse me. Yeah.
I'll be here.
And we're actually going to throw those on Karlach. And those are going to go to camp. So what do the Orthon bombs do? They just deal 36 fire damage. And none on a dex save, if I remember correctly. These are actually going straight to Karlach. Why didn't it take both? I don't want to equip the salami. That's so weird. Shadowheart can go ahead and equip that shield. And then everything else in our inventory I'm just gonna sell.
Need anything? I'll be here.
On I go.
Alrighty.
Well, that ends not as bad as it could have.
And then let us talk to... Okay, Mattis is the person selling the collector of valued objects.
Welcome to our humble... Wait, are you Karlach? A lot of us were in Avernus. We saw you fighting. You were so good.
Well, yeah, I guess I was. I mean, you should avoid fighting for devils if you can. But if you can't, it helps to have a good right hook.
I saw you lay out a Moor demon in 2 hits. Bam! Bam! We were all like, whoa! How'd you learn to fight like that?
Had to. Life didn't pull any punches. It was up to me to learn to take a hit and deal one back.
I've been tossed around a lot too. I want to learn how to fight back too.
From the look of things, you've got your wits about you. A clever mind and a bit of style will take you a long way. Fight with those, and you may find you never need to use your fists at all.
In that case, want to buy a lucky ring I found?
Ha! Nice try, Shorty. Keep it up, though, and you'll be scamming with the greats in no time.
So I see someone look up to you other than me.
It is, isn't it? Hope he makes it out of this mess with his wits in one piece. I'd like to see him set up in a proper home in the city. Every kid deserves that.
Last light's back. Check it out. We've gone legitimate, and Mole put me in charge. What do you need?
Let me see what you got. Fishing rod of alertness. This wielder of the shroud cannot be so... I have not seen his inventory. Cannot be surprised unless something unexpected happens. The decanter, in fact, sometimes run out of endless water. However, it will definitely regain its properties next day. The day after, for sure. Spoon of saltiness. When salting food, the bearer of the shadow cursed utensil will always add too little or too much, but never the right amount. Truly, the deviousness is top tier. Sending shell. Magic conch shell. Arrow of sparrow sling. Okay, that's an is that an actual? Yeah, it's an actual air of roaring thunder. Cloak of cunning broom. When the road disengages, they also create a foggy cloud within 7 feet. Last for 1 turn. Evasive shoes. AC +1 and acrobatics +1. That's real good.
Pleasure doing business.
No, thank you.
Children from Elthorel. Maybe not, Mom. Don't wander far. We need to talk.
Alfira, what are you doing here?
Right. Thank goodness. I was worried they got you too.
I'm glad you made it too. This honestly is one hell of a curse.
It wasn't the curse that did us in.
What do you
We were
mean?
ambushed out in the darkness by cultists. We surrendered, but that wasn't enough for them. They lined us up like dogs. Asherak was with the kids. telling them it was going to be all right. Maybe that's why they picked him. Told him to kneel. They took his eyes first. Then his tongue.
How did you get out?
Roland, of all people, saved us.
Roland?
He stayed in the grove because of you. And I'm damn glad of it. Without him, well, none of us would be here.
The apprentice?
Yes. He shielded me and the kids, while his brother and sister rushed the cultists. Cal and Leah were dragged away, along with the others. Roland isn't taking it so well. None of us are, to be honest. How do you do it? How do you keep going?
To live in the past is to condemn your future. Focus on here and now.
You make it sound so easy. But I'll try. You've done so much for us already. But I have to ask. The others might still be out there. If they're not dead, they're in Moonrise. And gods have mercy on anyone in that hell's pit.
I'll find them, don't worry.
Thank you. If anyone can manage it, you can. Just be careful up there, all right? I can't handle anyone else dying.
Last night's best bargains, right here!
Where is... Oh, there's Roland.
Your job is to serve drinks, you little devil. There's another bottle of Arabellan Dry back there. Put it on the bar, then piss off and leave me alone.
Jaheira said we should serve drinks, but that we shouldn't serve drunks.
Jaheira didn't save your ragged little tail from the cultists. I did.
Roland. Alfira told me you're the reason her and the kids escaped.
Cute. She can leave out the part where my brother and sister were dragged away screaming while I was saving the orphans. If you hadn't filled their heads with all that self-righteous heroic crap at the Grove, none of this would have happened.
Do you know where they are?
Dead for all I know. Or in the cult's tower with the others who were taken.
If they're alive, I'll rescue them.
They're my responsibility. You go save the world. Or your own arse. Or whatever it is you do. I'll fix this.
You are not fixing shit. Can I... Jaheira, can I bop him? No. Alright.
Please. Be welcome. Have a drink. To your very good health.
You'll have to pardon Karlach. She is very excited to meet you.
Yeah. I mean, it's an honor, milady.
I will gladly drink to your health as well, Karlach.
Oh, I was expecting a little yee from her, but to your very good health.
Well over a century old, and yet it hasn't lost a hint of flavor. Still not quite so sure about you, though. People tend to lose more than just flavor when illithids get their hands on them. I speak from experience. There's an air about you. Something alien. Answer me true and do not lie. The parasite is changing you, isn't it?
When a river changes its flow, its direction, it is diverted. It is still a river. I'm still me.
But a river can flood and break its banks. If the parasite changes you, tries to break you, could you resist?
Yes.
Good. I will take your word for it. And hold you to it, too. I have every reason to be cautious. I've traced people like you. People with parasites in their brains. All the way here from Bauldurs Gate. The cult of the Absolute is spreading through the city. Quietly, quickly, and with unsettling deliberation. We tracked them to this ancient village, only to be faced with a man we killed and buried over a century ago.
Who is he?
General Ketherick Thorm. Remember that name. He's the leader of the Absolutists. He was a Sharan once. Took to building an army of dark justiciars beneath this very village. Alongside the local druids, we made it our business to see him deposed, dead and buried. But
I'm
he's
guessing he
returned.
didn't.
Not only does General Ketherick Thorm live again, it seems he is no longer mortal. He has become, in fact, invincible. We met him on the road here, commanding an army of the Absolute, intent on destroying Baldur's Gate. I put an arrow through his eye myself, only to watch him pluck it out like a splinter. He healed right in front of me and chased us into the shadows. Things looked hopeless, but experience has taught me that no matter how bleak things look, there's always hope.
I'll drink to that.
For that hope.
I am? You really... Your lack of response is telling me that you really think I can kill him.
Not immediately. Protected by your artifact, you can infiltrate his forces at Moonrise Towers, posing as a true soul. Find out what it is that makes him invincible, so we can strip him of his advantage. Once Ketherick is without his shield, the sword, together we assault his tower and put a final end to this blight.
Ketherick better be counting down the last of his days. I'll make sure of it.
Without a cure for your infection, your days are numbered too. Yet you selflessly offer to spend them fighting alongside us. I like you. I promise I will do everything I can to make sure you survive this. Any cure starts with understanding the disease. Whatever magic Ketherick's using to control these tadpoles, it must be at Moonrise.
So that's where I'm headed first. But, in all honesty, how do I reach him? The tower is surrounded by shadows. And they look darker than the ones surrounding us.
You're not our only secret weapon. Isobel, a faithful cleric of Selûne, and a light in the darkness. She cast the moon shield around the inn. It's the only reason we're still alive. She's upstairs in her chambers. Tell her I sent you, and she'll see you through the shadows safely.
Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode there. Sorry for the shopping episode. Yeah, we basically spent a lot of the last few episodes just every other conversation leads to a fight, and then this one just having a shopping episode kind of felt right. It's a little bit of a break episode. I am gonna go ahead and end the recording here, and then go start the next one here in a bit. Excuse me. And take dogs out, do all the things and stuff. Well, okay, take dogs out again, I should say. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Do not forget to like, favorite, comment, subscribe, or do all the things. And I'll see you tomorrow with some more Bauldurs Gate 3. Have a good day, everyone.